Okay, today we're going to go over the volume formula for the area of the base times the height, which will give us the volume of a triangular prism. Okay? Now, if you look at the triangular prism, yesterday we talked about faces and bases. And so I want you to think about if we stood this up on its base, the base would be a triangular shape right there. And so the first part of the formula says, first of all, find the area of the base. And how do we find the area of a triangle, since the base is a triangle? Micah, do you remember how we find the area of a triangle?
Like base
That's for a pyramid. It's right here on your formula sheet for a triangle. What do you think?
1/2 times base times height.
Good. Okay, so volume equals 1/2. Now base, I'll use a B, and that's going to be this line segment right here. Whatever this distance is, that's going to be the base of that triangle. Do we see that? And then times the height of the triangle. Well, so that's going to be the distance straight down perpendicular to the base of the triangle. Make sense? Then our last part of our formula says take all of this and then times it by the height. Well, when it talks about the height of the last shape, they're talking about this line segment that if I stood it on my desk actually gives the tallness, the volume, the height of the entire object. So this is your second H in the formula, and this is the first H in the formula. And I think that's what makes this so difficult. It's the only time I will teach you a formula this year where this variable and this variable both look like they're going to be the same number, and in fact they're going to be different numbers. The first H refers to the height of just the triangular base. The second H refers to the height of the entire prism. So now I'm going to put some numbers in here and we'll go through and solve one. So if you'll look at page 126 in your packet in problem number 4. And on your lined paper, we'll do this one together so that you have an example. So, number 4. The very first thing we do whenever we work with formulas is to write the formula down. So, we have V equals 1/2 base height. And you can put that in parentheses if you want to, just to show that that's all the area of the little triangle. And then times the height of the entire prism. Now we just have to make sure we put the numbers in the right spot. So this is the hard part, picking the right numbers. So I'm going to stop talking for a second, and I want you looking at number 4, try to choose the numbers and put them in the right spot, and then I'll check you, and we'll see if we were able to discover this correctly. So just put your pencil in the air. Should take just a second. I have a volunteer to tell me which one they think is the base of the triangle. Gunnar. 3, and it is millimeters, correct, but 3 would be the right number for the base of the triangle. And then who would like to tell me what this first H means? Which number are you going to put with that, Zach?
5.
5, good, is the height of the triangular base. Good, very good. And then so we just have one more number we need. Who can tell me this last H? Jordan. 12. Correct. Okay, so we are now ready to solve. So go ahead, you may use your calculator if you'd like. 90. How many other people got 90? Yeah, it doesn't look like you're wrong. Looks like you're just exactly right.
Okay.
I think I know what you're thinking about. We're going to talk about that, okay? Did you put down 90 millimeters? And its volume, so what is our power going to be?
3.
Cube, 3, good, very good. All right, Ellie, you know what I think I threw you off? Because I said 7.5 times 12, right?
Yeah.
But because of what property can you multiply this across in many ways? What property lets us decide how we want to put those together? What property says the order that you multiply does not matter? Yes? Commutative property, good. So what I did, Ellie, is I did 3 times 5 is 15, and took half of that to get 7.5, and then took that times 12. Now, could you have done 1/2 of 3, which is 1.5 times 5, right? Could you have done all of that? Yeah. And so, because of what property? The commutative property lets us decide. So you probably multiplied different things together, correct? Since I was using mental math up here at the board, that's the way that it made sense to me. But we all got 90, which is what we needed. All right, so next I'd like you to go to number 6, and this time it is also a triangular prism. The picture is here. I want you to use that number 4 as an example. Oops. And then, there we go. And stand up when you're done. If anybody's stuck, please raise your hand and I'll come help. Okay, if you're standing, check how you put the numbers in with how I'm going to do it now. And have a seat if you agree with me. Okay, everybody can have a seat. Okay, so let's think about this. So first of all, we want to find the area of this triangle, right? Because it's a triangular shape. Even though they've set it on the rectangle, haven't they? So in order to think about this volume-wise, you'd have to tilt this forward so it's laying flat on this edge, right? So the base would be 7.2. The height is 9, and it helps us know that's the height because it's perpendicular because of the right triangle sign. So 9 is the height here. And then our third height of the entire prism then would be here at 3. So when you did 1/2 times 7.2 times 9 times 3, could I have a volunteer to share with me how many meters cubed you got? Ellie.
97.2.
Excuse me, 90
7.2.
meters cubed. How many people can concur and agree with that? Excellent. Okay, now raise your hand if you feel more comfortable doing the volume of a triangular prism right now than when you walked in the room this morning. Raise your hand if you feel like you've got more mastery. Good, thank you.